Based on a short film, The Cleaning Lady is a 2018 low-budget horror movie with a disturbing side. Just a warning, there are minor spoilers in this review, but they are minor to the effect that they don't give away any of the plot or any of the really juicy stuff. They're only talking about particular scenes where I really wanted to get into the character development, so I've saved all the juicy stuff for you guys to find out by yourself, but I thought it was only fair that I warned you about that. The film centers around Alice, a woman who's struggling with a love addiction. Alice soon gravitates towards her troubled cleaning lady Shelley for help, but their relationship becomes obsessive when the audience learns of Shelley's dark past. I say audience because this is one of those films where all of the pieces of the puzzle are only put together from the audience's viewpoint. Each character has their own arc in this film, and although they intertwine, nothing is revealed for them about each other. The story is thoughtful in its character building, allowing each character to have a complicated past that cannot be explained away very quickly, but in saying so, it seems to drown out the most important character, which is Shelley. You know, the cleaning lady. You know the title? The Cleaning Lady? Although her background is explored, it leaves important holes in her life that seem the most interesting. She has little dialogue and no inner dialogue, and although her motives are explained, her thought process is not, which feels like a missed opportunity. And this lack of inner dialogue also translates to the main character, Alice, whose storyline and thought process is a little bit more easy to understand, but still one-dimensional. Alice's storyline is broken down from start to finish because it is so straightforward, but it seems almost unnecessary for the demographic who would watch this film. You see, Alice is near perfect. Sure, she is struggling with her love addiction, which carries us through her personal arc, and in return, she strives for the stereotypical outward image of perfection. She's beautiful, she's well educated, she's got her own business, she goes to Pilates daily. I mean, check out, she's matching her headband with her workout shirt. Like, who does that? She is someone who is trying to appear perfect, trying to appear that she has it all together. And as an audience member, we don't ever see that facade crack. And I think that we need to, because we need to relate to her. We need to see a little bit more grit, a little bit more uncomfortableness from her, a little bit of slipping. Because then I feel like horror fans especially would be able to relate to her character. She is also incredibly nice to Shelley and takes her in. And she's the only person who doesn't meet Shelley with fear for her looks. Alice is seemingly an angel in certain scenes. She is supposed to be flawed but neglects to let the audience see this, and yet we're supposed to connect with her. Probably the most important scene for both the characters' development within this movie is the makeup scene, and I feel like it's a scene that could be easily glossed over, but really the undertones are the foundation for the film. In this scene, Alice takes Shelley under her wing and decides to give her a makeover. At first glance, this scene really rubbed me the wrong way because of its lack of explanation. Shelley is unkempt and she's burnt on her face, so her new beautiful perfect friend needs to show her what she should look like, tell her how to wear makeup, and put her in a dress. But this scene is actually very necessary to link up Shelley's story, and I do feel if you watch the short, which you can on Vimeo, it's a bit more well explained. But in short, this scene reflects the truth of who these two women really are. Alice's need to fix everything so it appears perfect, which shows her true ignorance and her suppression. And on the flip side, this scene acts as a trigger to Shelley's dark, mysterious past, which I will not ruin. But this scene's downfall is it doesn't put any emphasis on the thought or motivations of each of the characters. So without analyzing it, it just seems like a throwaway moment. This slow-paced yet disturbing film does have some interesting moments, and the backstory really wraps it all together. But I feel like the characters were over-explained in all the wrong ways. And for you gore fiends, yes, this is a disturbing movie and it does have some pretty graphic scenes. They're not overly graphic, but I do think for the production value, they highlighted the horror very well, and they did a great job of showing certain aspects. It really looks realistic, which is what we all want. I actually had to cover my eyes at a certain point. It got me pretty good. Overall, this is a powerful journey from Shelley's point of view. It's thought out, it's disturbing, and it's a highly emotional journey. But it's a slow one, and it's a film that spends more time on the main character's setup and explanation than the overall story's arc. But be sure to check it out for yourself because I do think it's an interesting ride. It's available on VOD from the 4th of June, I believe, in most countries. It's actually available in Australia right now on VOD on YouTube and Google Play. So check that out if you can, because that's great. Let me know below what you thought. I think it's just really important to go into this film knowing it's very slow. and that was the warning I wanted to give out. I hope that came through. I'm gonna give this film a 5 out of 10 for personal, a 4 out of 10 for scare, and a 5 out of 10 for originality. Also, fun fact, the person who plays Helen and the person who plays Alice in the film, they are switched kind of roles. Well, they're different roles in the short film, so they have come from the short film to the feature film, which is great when they take the same actors, but they have switched around all the places. If you do want to check that out, it's on Vimeo. You can just Google it. I don't know if it's the official link, so I don't want to leave it down here, but it's only 10 minutes long, so if you have the time, I do recommend it, although it is mirroring exact scenes from the film, but it's up to you. Anyway, I just thought I'd leave you with that. I'm gonna go now. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys so much, and stay spooky.